there, this is VJ Chambers, and I am back with the weekly roundup for this week. And today is April 24th. It's Thursday, not Friday, but I'm just going ahead and getting this out of the way today. So it's really exciting to finally be able to explain like my big secret and what's been going on with me. Technically, they always tell you when you're pregnant that you might not want to tell people until you're into your second trimester, and that's because you might have a miscarriage, and then you'll have to tell everybody that, oh, never mind, we're not having a baby, and you'll be sad, and you won't want to think about it. But I figure that if I do have a miscarriage, not only will I, tell everybody about it, but I'll probably write like 5 books about characters with miscarriages, so it doesn't really make any difference. There's no point in keeping it a secret. But we did keep it a secret for this long just because Aaron he wanted to announce it to Facebook when we had a sonogram picture, and it seemed wrong to tell people on my blog before telling all my friends and acquaintances. So we had to wait, and it was agonizing. So I'm happy that I can finally explain myself now. So I knew before I got pregnant that the first trimester that you would be really tired. I didn't know that your entire personality would like have a transplant and you would suddenly just turn into like somebody who isn't you anymore. That like your entire priorities would change, that everything would feel different, and that like the whole world would sort of spin upside down. And I don't even know, like everybody says, after you have a baby that everything changes and everything's different, and I don't know how much more different I'm going to be able to handle even being, because I've always just been this person who's extremely like motivated and just goal oriented, and I just I come up with what I want to do, and I set a goal, I break it down into steps, and then I just do it. But I don't even like want to write anymore. Like I haven't wanted to write ever since I found out. And part of it is just because it's like my brain doesn't work. There's my cat. It's like I'm really forgetful, and I'll be in the middle of a sentence, like trying to write, and I can't remember what I was saying. Say hi, Isis. Isis, hi. Hello. Or I can't think of things. I can't think of story. I can't think of what's gonna happen next. I don't know. My brain just like doesn't work anymore. It's like bleh, turned off. And then it doesn't help that I'm like tired, like all the time. Like I have this like shortening window every day where, well, it's very unpredictable. Like I don't know. Like sometimes I'll have days where I'm relatively awake, and then I'll just be exhausted in the evening, and it's like, then sometimes I'm just like tired all day long, and I can't like just getting off the bed is ridiculous. Like last night I was lying in bed and I was so hungry, like just starving, and when I get hungry I get nauseous, so unless I eat like constantly then I feel sick to my stomach. So I'm just like laying in bed and I'm like, I am so hungry, but I don't want to move. And I was like thinking about like walking all the way down the steps to the kitchen, and it sounded like torture, like to do something that involved. So I finally like got myself out of bed and went downstairs and got myself like a sandwich, and then I felt better and everything was good. But it was like, and so when I'm on this level, like that's my like day to day like existence, and then I'm supposed to like write on top. I'm just not doing it is what's happening. Like the first week I had I did okay. And the week after that, I did better. And then I did okay the week after that. But then this week, like, I wrote one day this week. And I don't know. I feel really, really, really extremely, totally guilty about it. Like, just horrible. Like, I don't even know. And that's funny because in the past, if I felt this guilty about something, there's no way that I wouldn't, you know, the guilt would motivate me to change. But it's like it doesn't work. Like, I don't have motivation anymore. I vaguely remember the idea of motivation. I don't know. Unless this sounds as if I'm like upset or complaining a lot about this. I mean, first of all, you should know, if you know anything about me, that what I do primarily is complain about everything. Um, uh, uh, I, if, you know, I never see the silver lining on anything. I just, you can give me a perfectly beautiful silver cloud and I will find the, like, dark underbelly of it. That's what I do, is I find the thing that's wrong with everything. So, I mean, that's not utterly untypical. That at least is still the same about me. But, I actually am probably happier now than I have been in, I don't know, a really long time. Anyway, I have decided that maybe, like, I won't have to feel so guilty about my lack of productivity, if I can find some way to make the 35 books that I've written, I think it's 35, 34, or 35, one of the two, make me enough money that like they should, but it's really, really hard for them to do that. So I've got some ideas in the pipeline to hopefully work on that. One of them is a solo project that I'm going to be working on, and then one is something with some other fabulous, lovely, independent authors that I'm going to be working with. So keep your eyes peeled for those things, because I will need your help to the tune of probably about 99 cents that I will need you to spend on each of these projects to help people see them, and maybe to write some reviews and to do some other stuff. I really, 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 really will need your help. And you might be asking, sitting there, why, you idiot woman, did you get pregnant when you were poor? Why didn't you wait until you had money? And the answer to that is basically just that I decided that I didn't know if money would ever come necessarily. Like, last year was a really great year for me in terms of money, and it was I made a lot of money off slow burn, and so I think all told I made over $50,000 last year, so I was like rich and it was amazing. But like that's just not happening this year. Like, I just am. I mean, it's kind of a toss up every month as to whether or not I make enough money to pay the bills, and so I've been heavily relying on, like, savings that I had, and like trying to, anytime I have any extra money at all, it just all goes into savings. And and on top of that, the other thing that makes everything so much more poor this year is that I have to spend money on health insurance, which doesn't even cover anything. It's like so stupid. I know that the health insurance reform has improved things, and I assume I'm in a better situation now than I would have been if I didn't have health insurance. I really don't know. But at any rate, Aaron and I decided that we couldn't sit around waiting to have money, when we know that, like, you don't stay fertile forever. I'm 33 years old, and by the time that you're 35, like, your fertility really starts to decline. And so if I have, and we thought that it might take it might take 5 or 6 months of trying to get pregnant, but didn't so much take that long. And I thought perhaps within 5 or 6 months, maybe I would have like had another hit book, or like something would have happened. I don't know. Which it didn't, and so now I'm pregnant and poor, and it's terrifying. But it's gonna work out, and I don't know how, but it will. So I've babbled for a really long time. I'm going to shut up, and I will see you